Men, good evening. Today is 1st May and it is the 7th episode of educational classes, zoology classes organized by Jan Vikas Mahasabha and Society of Career Technology. Today we will talk about cell division and cell cycle. In fact, the cell cycle is the cycle of two events. One, when the cell is dividing, and other when the cell is not dividing. When the cell is dividing, this stage is called phase. When the cell is not dividing, it is called interphase. So both taken together, interphase and phase combined together, it's called a cell cycle. During interphase, the nucleus of the cell contains a diffused network of chromatin network. Separate chromosomes are not distinct at the moment. But when the cell is dividing, the chromatin network break into distinct thread-like structures, the chromosomes. In fact, the interphase stage is further divided into 4 steps. One, the G0 phase. During G0 phase, there is a switch on and switch off mechanism. At that time, there are certain epidermal growth factors. These factors switch on a whole system and the cell cycle starts. And at this G0 phase, it can be switched off also. When the system is switched on, then there are 3 steps: G1, S and G2 phase. Actually, the word G is for growth. At this moment, formation of protoplasmic material takes place and the cell grows in size. During S phase, a synthesis of DNA takes place. You can see here the significance is in mitosis. The cell divides into many cells, and in our body this cell division is taking place at the root of our hair follicles, because hair always grow on. In the base of the nails, there is always cell division. The nails are increasing in size. Inside our red bone marrow, the megakaryocytes or erythroblast cells also divide mitotically to form new RBC. When there is a healing of wound, at that time also there is division of certain cells which heals the wound. Now, the cell cycle includes both dividing and non-dividing stages of the cell. A cell cycle has 2 stages: phase, during which cell divides, and interphase when cell is not dividing. As I already told you, 4 steps are there: G0, G1, S and G2 phase. G for growth, S for synthesis. During S phase, synthesis of new DNA takes place. And this is the cycle having G0 stage, G1, S and G2 phase, and there is phase or dividing stage. Now this division of cell includes 2 steps: division of nucleus or karyokinesis, and then division of cytoplasm or cytokinesis. This division of nucleus or karyokinesis may take place by 4 methods: amitosis, mitosis, meiosis and free nuclear division. At the time, I will tell one more interesting fact. Normally in all our body cells, a cell divides into 2, the size is increased. During interphase stage, new protoplasmic material is formed. The small cell again grows to its normal size. After that, again division takes place. So the size of cell is maintained. But during early embryonic development, what happens? A cell divides 1 into 2, size is reduced to half. Again it divides into 2, the size is reduced to 1/4, and this way. So there are 4 methods of karyokinesis or nuclear division. 1, the free nuclear division. 2nd, amitosis. 3rd, mitosis, which includes 4 phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Meiosis includes 2 consecutive divisions at the same time: first meiotic division and second meiotic division. Both meiotic divisions again have the same part: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. But here, in the first meiotic division, the prophase part is very long and it includes 5 steps: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene and dikinesis. You can see here the amitosis. During amitosis, what happens? This nucleus just constricts and becomes elongated. For example, suppose this is the nucleus, then it changes into this form, and again finally it breaks into 2. In the free nuclear division, what happens? The nucleus divides into many small pieces, and around each piece of the nucleus some cytoplasmic material gets deposited. Many new cells are formed, and after that they just come out, original cell is lost. In some of the lower organisms, this type of free nuclear division is found. There is a condensation-decondensation cycle in the chromosomes. At some stages, the chromosomes have only 1 chromatid and having a centromere. At some stages, there are 2 chromatids which are attached at the same chromatid. So every time there is, in start of the division, in the G1 phase, there is a single chromatid and single centromere. Duplication of DNA takes place and it results into formation of 2 chromatids. Then these 2 chromatids, they get condensation. Some moisture is lost, they just become constricted. Mitotic phase starts, and during anaphase, this centromere divides At this stage, there is one centromere. Now it divides into two centromeres. So we get two chromosomes, each having a single chromatid. So this way, there is a condensation cycle of chromosome. During S phase, synthesis of DNA takes place. And as you know, DNA is a double helix. The two helices are joined with each other. The formation of DNA is semi-conservative. It means both helices get separated, and parallel to each, again new nucleotides are brought and deposited. New nucleotides are deposited here also, and new nucleotides are deposited here also. So now we get two DNA strands which are similar to the earlier one, and each of them is having one the original one and one the new one. So this synthesis of DNA is called semi-conservative. Some very interesting events happen during the synthesis of DNA. The two strands get separated. But as you know, there is a coiling, or that this coiling makes a hindrance for further uncoiling. So two things take place. Some enzymes just rotate it like this one so that the two helices get separated. And another very interesting fact is there. For an EG separation, an enzyme topoisomerase functions, and topoisomerase cuts one of the strand, and then this makes a turn of 360 degree, and then it again unite by a ligase enzyme. So the stress in the coiling is removed. Now here when the both strands get separated, here each strand functions as a template, and complementary nucleotides adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, they are brought parallel to it. You know, they always attach in a complementary fashion. Adenine always combines with thymine, guanine always combines with cytosine. So the complementary nucleotides are attached in both helices, here also and here also. But there is one interesting thing, that in DNA, the backbone contains 5-carbon deoxyribose sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. This is 5' end, and this is the 3' end. In both ends, they attach with a phosphoric acid molecule. Actually, both DNA helices are anti-parallel to each other like this. They are not parallel, they are anti-parallel. So you can see here that in one of the helix, it is the 3' end, it is the 5' end. It is the 5' end, it is the 3' end. So when duplication has to take place in one of the strand, duplication always takes place in 5 to 3 direction. So one of the strand, which is called leading strand, it can go on continuously. But as it is opening like this, in this end, it has to bind in 5-3 direction. So a part will be synthesized here. Again, it will break. Again, another small piece will be synthesized. This way, small pieces are synthesized separately, which are called Okazaki fragment, and later on they are united. One more important thing is there. every time during synthesis of a DNA, this DNA polymerase enzyme cannot unite from the terminal end. If this is the terminal end, so polymerase enzyme cannot function from the tip. A part should be there which is called primer, and from there again new synthesis of RNA polymerase will function start from this end, go on like this. So every time a small primer has to be attached in the beginning, and then the enzyme will stitch nucleotides further. Now about mitosis, as I have already told you, there are 4 steps: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. During interphase, earlier to mitosis, the nucleus were having chromatin network. In this stage of synthesis of DNA or S phase, the chromosomes which were having earlier single chromatid, they are already divided to form 2 chromatids attached with a single centromere. Now, 4 changes take place during mitosis. First thing, the centrosome divides and both centrioles start separating from each other. The nuclear membrane also starts dissolving. The nucleolus also starts dissolving, and then this chromatin network splits into distinct thread-like chromosomes. The number of chromosomes is constant for all cells. So all these 4 changes take place simultaneously during prophase. The centrosome divides into 2 parts. Both centrioles start going away from each other. The chromatin network splits into distinct pieces of rod-like structures called chromosomes. Third, the nucleolus slowly disappears. Fourth, the nuclear membrane also starts dissolving. Now the next stage is metaphase. In metaphase, what happens? That both centrioles get very distant from each other, make the 2 poles. In each chromosome there is a centromere. Both poles repel them. The north pole also repels them, that well, you go away from myself. The south pole also repel the centromeres, that you go away from outside. From both ends, equal repulsive force is going on. So what will happen? All these centromere of the chromosomes will get arranged in the middle part, which is called the equatorial plate. So this is the metaphase stage, in which both poles repel the centromere. Both repulsive forces are equal, so all these chromosomes get arranged in the middle at equator. This stage is called metaphase. Then anaphase and telophase. At this stage, what happens? The centromere divides into 2. Now 2 chromosomes are formed, each having a single chromatid. Now the repulsive force develops in between these 2 centromeres. They just start repelling each other. So on one hand, the poles are repelling chromosomes for going into center, and in the center again, both chromosomes start repelling each other. For some distance, these chromosomes will go towards the pole. When both repulsive force will be equalized, further movement of chromosomes will stop. Then all changes of prophase take place in a reverse order. New nuclear membrane is formed, new nucleolus is formed, the centrioles form the centrosome, and this These chromosomes again unite with each other to form a diffused chromatin network. So this way the two nuclei are formed, each having same 4 number of chromosomes as it was in the mother cell. But the earlier each chromosome was having 2 chromatid, here they are having single chromatid. Again during S phase or synthetic phase it will get divided to form each chromosome having 2 chromatids. Then the division of cytoplasm or cytokinesis. Division of cytoplasm or cytokinesis takes place by 2 methods. One, by furrowing in animal cells. There is a narrowing of the cell membrane in the middle, and then this furrow unite, so 2 daughter cells are formed. It takes place in animal cells. In plant cells, what happens? Vesicles of Golgi get deposited in the middle. They go on increasing in thickness, a cell plate is formed, and after that the 2 cells get separated. Right? Thank you very much. Rest on the next turn. If you have any question, you can ask me telephonically. In between 5 to 5:30 there is a recording time. So after 5:30 to 5:45 you can make any call. If you have any queries, I shall try to reply it. Thank you very much.